So this video was inspired by Vlad TV because I seen this question being asked on the street. Like, these were you know those YouTubers that have like the little mics in their hand and they ask people on the street questions, like the little catch this ball, and they don't catch it, and then it's like they could have won $5,000. It was people asking this question: what is your least favorite race? And then they actually reveal that they were referring to like a competition, like motocross or a relay or some other dumb shit. And I just wanted to do this video because I seen like real videos like I'm about to do right now. Somebody would ask someone on Snapchat or some other website, hey, what's your least favorite race? And most of the time, if they're white or non-black, they say black people or Indians. And if they're black, they'll say white. So this is a question for me, Mr. Justin. What is your least favorite race? Now, I want to first make a little disclaimer, because I've experienced a lot of shit in life. Mostly, I'm referring to my 3-year experience outside of Pennsylvania. I've experienced a whole lot of things, and I'm experienced a lot in life. So this video may change, I don't know. But being honest with you guys, to be real straight up, my least favorite race, and the thing is, I look at people like we all do. If you respect me, I respect you. I look at people individually. Overall, I don't do anything to mess people's lives up, get them fired, ruin their money, get them locked up. I don't do that. It's happened to me, but I don't do that. But once again, let's get to the point. What is my least favorite race as a black man? To be completely honest with you, my least favorite race are Asians. Out of everybody. Now first, when I made this channel, I saw just the ugly side of my people, and I had to evolve and grow and understand that's not everybody. It's a lot, but it's not everybody. Not every black person is bad. And y'all know my story. But out of all of my experiences, and I mean, I've dealt with like races, whites, races, Hispanics, races, well, I don't want to say racist blacks, more like just sellouts and, you know, boulets, if that's the right word to use. The ones that cut a jig and throw you under the bus. I've dealt with that. But this is just what I feel. There's enough good to make up for the bad. There's a like I had broke down. I'm trying to find one more job, get this car. But I broke down in the sundown town, and yeah, I felt some kind of way about that. I don't really care too much for the South. I tell my subscriber this morning, I'm so glad I left Florida. But out of all of my experiences, I would have to say that, just being honest, Asians come off the most, if you want to call like blatantly racist, and if you ever want to use the word like separatists, you know, this whole like there's a controversy surrounding all white towns, all white churches. That's exactly what Asian people do. They do that actively right now. Just think about this, and this is a really serious video. You work with, the only interactions you might have with an Asian person if you work with them is at work and at school. You yourself don't know much about them. You don't know where they go after work. You don't know where they hang out at. You don't know what clubs they go to. You don't know much about them because they don't. That's the one thing about Asians. We don't know, as black people, we don't know much about them. Now, people know a lot about us. They mock our culture, and which is like rightfully so, because like I don't believe like one person can just dominate like has no not one person. Nobody has total dominance over a one culture. Like everybody some way appropriates someone else's culture, but we don't know much about them because they don't open up. They don't let everybody in their shit, but people know about us. They know about our culture. I remember I was watching a video on this FBI informant, and he was basically saying, yeah, they study everything about black culture. Magazines, music, movies, television, gangs, everything we do is already documented. So I remember Tariq Nasheed was talking about how we should start our own language. You don't think they're going to find how to decode and speak it? It's not going. It could happen, but it's not going to. It's always going to be somebody that's going to give us up. But being honest with you guys, because like I said, Vlad made me do this video. As of now, like I said, I'm glad I experienced the things I did because it taught me more about myself and just the reality of race relations. So my favorite race, obviously, because for the past year, as critical as I could be at times, I'm in mostly a black community. I work in mostly black jobs around black people. So my favorite race would be my own. I could be critical, but as of now, I prefer that because it's safer. I trust my own people. And there's things I want to see changing, but overall, in spite of all the stuff I complain about, I'm more comfortable here. Now, back to the whole conversation of Asians, I feel like out of every group, and I'm really referring to Chinese, Koreans, and Indians, like I just had really shitty experiences in jobs, like that moving job I worked. I remember it was this, I'm trying to remember where he said he was from. He said it was this, I thought he was from Pakistan or something, but he claimed to be from like North Africa. But that's what I'm saying. A lot of them that come here, like those dirt poor ones who all stick together, I'm just keeping it real. They don't really care when you have a struggle like money, you're struggling to get by. When you are like an immigrant, you're just trying to get settled here, trying to make a life for your family, and you're barely getting by. You're getting a little help, but you're barely getting by. Don't tell me that you don't look at race, because most of the time people do when you're struggling. When life is a little easier now, you tend not to. And some people, like I said, when things look good, yeah, people don't look at race as much. But overall, let's keep it real. We all prefer to be amongst our own people when it all boils down to it. Because that's what we're comfortable with. We understand that, yeah, it's bad in all groups, but you're less likely to get screwed over by your own most of the time. But being completely real, if you ask me what was my least favorite race, I would have to say Asians, because they are the only group that I feel I just don't understand. like I said, most of it comes from my experience away from home. Like jobs I had, I worked for this. I would never do this again, but I worked for a Korean guy. I worked around. See, I don't work around too many of them. That's the thing. You don't have a lot of experiences with them, but it's never good. It's always the fact too. When you don't have a lot of experiences with people, and when the ones you do are bad, that tends to be your perception of all of them. Like, I'm not saying all of them are like that, but overall, let's just keep it real. They look down on black people. Now, it doesn't matter to me, because me personally, a lot of my family I don't understand my family. I mean, talking about both sides when it relates to this. They support their stores. They shop at their restaurants. They eat out their stores. I don't. Because they don't hire us. They don't give jobs. They don't give back. These are the same stores that follow you around. You know, I will go. I'm walking to the store right now. I will walk a mile to a store I could potentially get a job at versus an Indian, Asian, Korean brand store. Those people don't respect us, and I'm really referring to the men. When I say them people, I'm always referring to men. But yeah. Overall, guys, like I said, if I had to pick the least favorite race, because it's not, like I said, I've had a lot of racist encounters like those past 3 years. I was called nigger. You know, I had people do me dirty in jobs, and it's like I said, it's nothing I really hold. It doesn't bother me anymore, because like I said, when you're around your own people, it's like that whole racism to discrimination piece sort of goes out the window. But once again, in conclusion, I'm sorry.